Go home. Go back to your boss. There's no need to prove that you are virtuous here.
Metal Gear is a very special franchise for many gamers out there, and Snake Eater is generally considered to be the holy grail of Metal Gear games. An action-packed cinematic masterpiece that not only exceeded expectations at the time of its release, but that ended up becoming a benchmark for the entire gaming industry. In other words, Snake Eater is one of the most important video games out there, and one has to work very hard to honor its legacy with a remake in today's day and age.
The legacy,
As most of our viewers know, this channel is run by two of the most die-hard Metal Gear fans one can find. That said, everything we say in our videos is our honest opinion, so if we feel something needs to be said, we won't let our passion for this franchise get in the way, as will be the case in today's video. How's it going, guys? PythonSelkan here. Hope you're all doing well. Now, we have no doubt that Metal Gear Solid Delta will prove to be one of the finest looking games this year. As we've said since the first day we've seen gameplay, the game looked visually stunning, even in pre-alpha stage, and our opinion on its visuals hasn't really changed. However, a game is not just defined by its visuals, and the way the Snake Eater remake is being developed is treading dangerous ground of expectations more than any other remake. The way Konami is keeping the exact same locations, the same loading screens, the same voiceovers, and many other same stuff, is shaping Delta to be too much of the same game. And sure, that may be the point of keeping it faithful to the original, but in doing that, they are also raising high levels of expectations, which could be very risky for its success. A large part of what made the Silent Hill 2 remake successful was the fact that it was a larger reimagining of the game, while keeping the original's concept, very much like what Capcom did with the Resident Evil 4 remake. Of course, a reimagining like that could still be hit or miss, but in a way, fans still get to experience a new game, built on what made the original great. The fact that Konami is making the Snake Eater remake so identical to the original means players will have a lot more to compare than with other remakes, and which also means critics will find more faults to expose. Consider this. Konami's been marketing Delta Snake Eater as one of their upcoming big games for over 2 years now, yet during an Xbox Developer Direct event, Team Ninja announced a new game in the series of Ninja Gaiden, Ninja Gaiden 4, and Shadow dropped an entire Ninja Gaiden 2 remake on the very same day it was announced. A perfect marketing strategy in anticipation of their next big game. It's like saying Konami announces Metal Gear Solid 6 at an event, and right after its reveal, they announce and immediately release Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, minus the years of waiting, of course. In a competitive industry such as this, Delta's announcement came too early for Konami's good, especially for the fact it will be so much of the same game, right down to the outdated loading screens. The only way Delta can ever be safe from criticism is if it was an exceptionally perfect remake, but after the recent gameplay trailer, fans seem to be heavily divided on what to expect. We've been receiving a huge amount of comments and messages following the latest Metal Gear Solid Delta footage. And to be honest with you guys, what these viewers are sending us are all concerns we also had. Most of the game's animations are looking unrealistic for the current generation in comparison to its stunning visuals. Simple things like the way Snake runs around all floating like, the fast crawling, the way he dive rolls and gets back on his feet super fast, the way Ocelot runs, reloads and fires, the way the Fury is knocked on the ground. It's almost as if some of these animations are being made for the PlayStation 2 version of the game. And we get that the remake is staying faithful to the original, but you can't be that faithful in 2025 and expect everyone to like it. Even MGS5, which turns 10 years this year, had more realistic looking animations than what we're seeing in Delta. We're also not completely convinced with how some of the characters' faces are still looking, such as Volgin, or even Ocelot, who looks totally off compared to his original face. They may have already fixed the boss, which we even talked about in our previous videos, but these two could definitely use some work. And we're aware that this new Ocelot model resembles old Ocelot more than the original did, but he still doesn't look good in certain scenes. Like, what's up with his face here? And while you'd expect the interiors to stand out in Unreal Engine visuals, the Fury's boss battle seems to be lacking in terms of quality lighting. There is literally little to no reflection whatsoever when it comes to Fury's flames, which is quite disappointing for a 2025 remake. When it comes to the multiplayer aspect, and how Konami are giving us Fox Hunt, we honestly never expected the original MGO to be remade in today's day and age, so at this point, we'll just take what we can get. I mean, there was always the possibility that we weren't getting anything when it comes to multiplayer, so there's still something to be grateful for regarding online play for Delta. Now, what we discussed in this video are all concerns we're having with Delta ourselves as longtime fans, but the fact that we're seeing so many comments on these same issues shows there truly is cause for concern. That said, opinions vary, and we're sure there are those who don't agree, and that's fine. We're all entitled to different opinions, but keep in mind that the future of the Metal Gear series lies on the success of Delta Snake Eater. So we can only hope Konami prove themselves like they did with the Silent Hill 2 remake, even though that was made by a different developer. There's still time for Konami to fix these issues pre or post-release. The Master Collection Volume 1 came a long way since its release years ago, thanks to continuous updates by Konami after release, so when it comes to Delta, it's certainly possible. As lifelong Metal Gear fans, we wish nothing but the best for the future of this franchise, and what we've expressed in this video is nothing but genuine concern for the remake's success, and what we seriously hope will be good enough to continue the legacy of this beloved series. But what are your thoughts on all this? Are you one of the many concerned with these issues? And do you think Metal Gear Solid Delta will manage to live up to its hype? Voice your opinion in the comment section down below. Meanwhile, we hope you enjoyed this video, and for all things Metal Gear, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe to this channel. We'll be sure to return the favor with content you won't find anywhere else. Thank you all for watching, and until we meet again, PythonSelkan out.